Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on BTS Monday, because it's Monday today. Now, after posting the Idol performance on Jimmy Fallon last week, everyone was saying to me I should check out the real music video for this song and the explanation by DKDKTV. So today, firstly, we will jump straight on the explanation of that video, so that when I watch the video next, I'll know the exact insight into what the video and all the references and stuff. I feel like sometimes the important songs that people tell me are important, I need to do the research first, obviously. Now this one is said it's explained by a Korean, so obviously that's going to be a proper insight from their native country. Anyway, before we jump into this reaction, if you do actually like my videos, then please consider hitting like and subscribe, and the link to this video will be down in the description for anyone who wants to check it out by themselves. So without further ado, let's get straight into this BTS Idol explained by a Korean. Let's go.
BTS's new MV Idol is making every—
Oh, hang on. Let me get the subtitles on just in case anything changes. Sorry.
BTS's new MV Idol is making everybody go nuts. So much things are going around, and of course there are already a lot of attempts to decipher it or link it to previous theories. But rather than going into theories and unverified speculations, in today's video I will try to stay even more true to the MV and the lyrics itself. There will be mainly two parts. First, the lyric and MV dissection, and second, the Korean cultural references.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
Without further—
okay, so we get some culture here as well. You get the culture and the explanation of the video. Okay.
First, the lyric and MV dissection, and second, the Korean cultural references. So without further ado, let's go into the MV and lyric dissection. Artist, idol, I don't care. RM is saying that he doesn't give a shit about what people call him by anymore. But one thing to notice is, when he's saying 아니면 또 다른 뭐라 해도, he comically dances to Psy's new face choreography. So apparently he doesn't care how many new faces he has. In the latter part of the MV, look at what the choreography looks like. Solid, right? But let's try to chop this lyric into a different way again. Let's stop the lyrics at I don't, without the care. Not only does it sound exactly like idol, connecting it with the second line that comes before it, it becomes like this. So if you try to chop the lyrics in that way, it would have the meaning of, whatever you choose to call me, aren't you going to call me an idol again? This is called a 답정너 situation in Korean, which means you've already said your own answer inside your head anyway.
Yes, so obviously sometimes when people ask a question, they also give the answer at the same time within asking the question. Alright, I see where he's going here, yeah. Didn't realise they were modelling that off one of Psy's videos, but then again I don't know anything about Psy either, so maybe I should do some of Psy's music too.
Anyways, so as you might know, in Korea, hip-hop artists or singers that are in idol groups are not taken seriously, and they're actually looked down upon. While RM said that he doesn't care about what other people call him anymore, at the same time he's trying to criticize these people that call them this and that, or maybe labeling them as idols.
At the end of the day, you cannot make everybody happy. You're in a lose-lose situation. There's always someone who's going to love you. There's always someone who's going to hate you. And however it goes, it's stuck to you to have that strong pair of shoulders to, forget the people who are being hating on you. I'll obviously address them now and again if they're getting too intense, like they do in some of these songs. But ultimately, carry on doing what you're doing and bring the joy to those who deserve to watch it.
These lyrics are pretty self-explanatory. J-Hope is proud of whatever he is, and most importantly, he's free.
Yeah.
He has no irony anymore of who he is because he's always just himself. But one thing we should focus here are the artifacts that have been sitting on the table since the beginning of the MV.
I say this in all walks of life. Never be fake. Always be true to yourself. Always be who you want to be, not who people want you to be. It's a personal choice, and if people don't like you, they won't like you. If they do, they do. It's just one of them.
On the table, we see two things, a sailor ship and a globe. And now there's an airplane in the background.
Okay.
As J-Hope addresses in his song Airplane 2, the airplane, globe, and ship all represent their current status, the freedom they have now, and pride for global success/influence. In this part of the MV, it's natural to have questions about what the drawings in the background actually mean. The drawings seem to be watched by many people and surveillance cameras, and the lyrics are talking about how haters are talking about BTS. Nobody but the members that drew the drawings themselves would actually know the true meaning behind the pictures, but relating to the lyrics, we can guess that it's something like a message towards haters. Maybe it's what BTS members think haters are like, or what they think haters might think of BTS themselves. Suga's drawing is pretty clear. A huge BT21 Shuki is crushing haters with his hands. It also has Ilsam, Ilpar, which are references from Deng, being the ultimate card pairs in the game's Hotta. The numbers could also mean their debut year, 2013, when they started from the ground, but now in 2018, they are this big.
Ah, that is a very clever drawing. Because on one side it looks like the size scale, and the other side it does coincide with whatever year they started and the year that they're at. Very clever. Very attention to detail.
When they started from the ground, but now in 2018 they are this big. But Jin's picture is kind of hard to understand. He's drawn a kore, which means whale in Korean. Nobody but Jin will know the actual meaning of this, but to just speculate, kore is a slang for two meanings in Korean. First, a very powerful/rich person or group. It's a word used especially a lot in stock market terms. The second slang meaning of kore is actually a dick. Who knows, he might have been responding to the people chattering about this incident.
Okay. It's a very ballsy picture if that's what he means. Rule of this is don't be a dick. And then you won't get called a Cora.
Orsu is a sound Koreans make when they're excited in traditional old folk music. Jiwaja technically means a song that people sing when the nation is thriving or peaceful, but in short it's just another sound Koreans make when they're excited and to boost up the rhythm and good feeling of the song.
Obviously to get people going, get people ramped up. I get that.
The sound Koreans make when they're excited and to boost up the rhythm and good feeling of the song. Donggido kungdorororo is basically a beat used in a specific Korean rhythm called 굿거리 장단. And for the visuals used in this part, this is the Chinese character 사랑해, which means love. And in the latter part of the MV, there's also a part when Jungkook appears and the word sarang is actually written in Korean. In this scene, Jimin stands out among the whirlpool of BTS members. Which could imply that even though BTS is a group and all the members rotate around me, and a lot of people actually talk about us only in a set, nevertheless, I acknowledge my own existence and I stand out as a unique being. Thus, I love myself.
Yes, so obviously, even though they're in a group of 7 people, and the fact that he's put himself in the whirlpool of all the other BTS members, he still feels like he can make himself stand out. Face Off, just like John Woo. Face Off is a film with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. It's a very good action film, if no one's ever seen it, but I'm sure you have.
Face Off is a famous movie directed by famous movie director Oh Sam. In the movie, the main characters who are an FBI agent and a terrorist get to change their faces.
Yeah, what a film.
As Aura mentioned earlier about new faces, J-Hope is also referencing the movie to show that they can be called or changed into a totally different person. Like his next lyric state, he can be sometimes a superstar or a superhero.
That's a good way to think about it, actually, because if you're saying something, if you, 1 minute you can change your mentality, if you like. You can be a superstar or a superhero. You can help, or you can help other people. It's yeah, I get that. I get that totally.
Suga, Jungkook, and V all say they have so many different people inside them, but they notice that they are all parts of themselves too, so they decide to accept them and love themselves. Plus, you can notice in V's lyric 고민보다는 그냥 달리네 is a reference from their song 고민보다 고, which has the message of YOLO.
YOLO, that's you only live once, I think. So, take the opportunities as they come. Okay.
어쩌고 저쩌고 basically means haters or people are talking shit about them, like blah 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 blah, this and that. 너들어대셔, 너나 잘하셔. These two lines are a form of sarcasm that only Koreans will understand.
Right. So maybe when I did the last video, and some people told me in the comments that some of it was sarcastic, maybe that was the sort of sarcasm that only Koreans will understand. Maybe that's why I didn't get some of the sarcasm in the first reaction, so to speak.
Two lines are a form of sarcasm that only Koreans will understand. 떠들어대 and 너 are both 반말, which is informal speech. But in the lyrics they attach 셔 and 하셔, which is a traditional form of honorific called 존댓말.
Okay.
So the sentence here is a mix of informal and honorific speech. Thus, sentences like 너나 잘하셔, 너나 잘하세요 would be criticizing or being sarcastic towards people who think highly of themselves.
Yeah, but they was doing it on their own, wasn't they? They was being sarcastic about themselves, saying that we're this, we're that, but they don't really think that because they're they're humble. But to the haters, they're giving them what they want, sort of thing. I get it.
But one more thing to notice in the MV again is the bunny in the moon. This comes from a Korean mythology that a rabbit on the moon is making the medicine for immortality.
Right.
Thus, the rabbit on the moon stands for prosperity and immortality in the Korean or East Asian culture. But why suddenly immortality? Because there's a saying in Korean, 욕을 많이 먹으면 오래 산다. It means if you get cursed a lot, you live long. The lyrics of this part says people are saying all kinds of shit to BTS. So in conclusion, regarding the amount of shit BTS received, they will have immortality and prosperity.
And that's basically a positive message that they're going to spread. So if you're going to hate on us, you're going to say this, you're going to say that. Give us more, we'll live longer. It's an attitude to have, isn't it? It's also a very sarcastic way of having a comeback to them. Yeah, okay.
Just another fun thing. Rabbit in Korean is called 토끼. And in this part, you can hear BTS singing in the background. A giant shark tries to attack BTS, but they are unaffected, and they keep on singing "You Can't Stop Me Loving Myself." They don't care about the fact that a big shark in the back is trying to eat them up.
Is the big shout that people who like chatting about them are being negative about them, and they're just gonna carry on saying, "Well, you don't scare us."
But rather, they enjoy the situation by saying. Now on to the second part. There are so many Korean traditional references in this movie.
Okay.
The traditional clothing hanbok, the Korean house kiwatjip, the tiger which stands for Korea, the moon rabbit, the Korean fan dance, the word love, and the traditional lion dance called 북청사자노름. Actually, this dance was done during the full moon, which has the meaning of warding off all bad luck or ghosts, and celebrating to bring prosperity and unity to the village. Furthermore, you can see that the choreographies were also affected by the traditional Korean dance moves like the head spinning dance, 상모 돌리기.
Okay.
By these references, you can see that BTS is bluntly rebutting the criticism of them being westernized and focusing more overseas. At the end of the MV, if you see very carefully, you can see that the globe has changed from South America to where you can see Korea.
Yeah.
Also, on a side note, you can see the sun rising in the beginning and lots of other times during the MV, along with the shining moon. And the sun also goes down at the end. The sun, paired up with the artifacts, the globe, and the sailboat, kind of remind you of the 해가 지지 않는 나라, the empire on which the sun never sets.
Right.
Which was a term to describe the Spanish or British Empire in the past when they had so many colonies all over the world. Connected to the earlier references about the moon's prosperity and immortality, the sun also represents the fact that BTS is so global that their fandoms are everywhere around the world, which makes them a cultural superpower empire where the sun never sets.
Good way to think about it. If your sun never sets, it's always bright. You know, shine bright like yeah, I get it, okay.
At the end of the MV, the sun actually does not completely go down, which means, despite the Love Yourself series might have come to an end, they still have so much time and new stuff to show us in the future. Lastly, as the director's comment, I think that the colorful, crazy, distracting style of the MV and the clothes they wore all stand for accepting every single side of you, promoting diversity, accepting differences.
Yes, because there was, in that, what video was it now that they did? They was all doing something singular. To promote the Spring Day one, where there was all tributing something different to every single person on that ship, or all different situations to do that ship, the disaster, and to tribute to people. And now, obviously, with this one, it's obviously for a different, more less serious side of them. They're just all doing different clothes and, accepting every single side of yourself. Because these guys are diverse. They dress diverse, and the musical catalogue, what I've heard so far, has all been very, very different and very, very refreshing.
All stand for accepting every single side of you, promoting diversity, accepting differences throughout the world, ultimately by loving yourself.
Yeah. Well, there's quite a lot of interesting facts there, because obviously when I first heard the song on the Jimmy Fallon show, I thought, it's a decent song. This is one in the eyes of the haters, and I just left it at that. But here we've got so many references in the video that's been explained there. You've got all the cultures and what they're wearing, the diversity of what they're wearing, and to show off different sides of themselves. You've got the not being scared of the haters, embracing it, being happy about it. Sun being up all the time, shining bright like the band do. And then multiple other references about everything else in this music video. The rabbit and the moon, and everything that says the more you hate us, we will become more immortal, we will live longer, etc. It's just, like you say, one massive in your eye to the haters, and I like the way they did it. These guys are very, very classic, like I've said before in other videos. Now, onto the music video, let's watch it. Anyway, if you like my videos, then please hit like and subscribe, and I shall see you guys on the next one.